Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin the video, do yourself a favor and go down to the description below and click on my referral links for the BingX and BitGet exchanges. BingX is global, non-KYC with a VPN, and BitGet is accessible for every single person in this world except for people from the United States and some parts of Canada. So take your pick depending on where you live, depending on what you want from an exchange. They're both very low in trading fees. They've both never been hacked before. And again, my referral links will give you exclusive rewards and bonuses, so check them out. Let's get into the content today. Guys, I've actually discovered something a little bit worrying on the Bitcoin charts. We need to discuss a few things. We need to discuss the breakdown from this February line, 2-month support line being broken down from, being tested from the downside right now. Very, very, very important moment. We also need to discuss the monthly charts on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the total cryptocurrency market cap, because I've discovered something that's very worrying in a certain way. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm bearish in the market, because I'm not. I'm macro bullish in the market. I believe Bitcoin's in a macro bull market. I've made myself incredibly clear that I'm bullish on Bitcoin on a long-term scale. Do not be fooled by the red thumbnail. Like, I feel like a lot of people just look at the thumbnail color and determine what I say in the video based on that. No, you actually have to listen to the content. And look, the fact of the matter is, Bitcoin right now is in a very, very good macro position. It's been moving upwards relentlessly, unstoppably, really, since basically the bottom in 2022. I mean, there's been no real proper correction in this entire move upwards. It's been really doing quite well. But right now we are seeing a little bit of weakness here. We've seen a lot of strength as well. For example, we had the highest ever weekly candle close just last week, really. I mean, closing above the all-time high resistance level from 2021. We closed above that level. Right now, we're hovering below it, which is quite worrying. The weekly chart right now is something I'm a little bit concerned about. I'll be watching quite closely over the next 4 days for various reasons, which I'll discuss today. We saw as well the highest ever monthly candle close, which is a very good sign indeed, and we spoke about that 2 days ago. For example, we saw the monthly candle resistance here in October 2021, extending that right across. We can see it act as resistance in February once again, and if we zoom into the short-term charts, what we can see is that this red line right here is actually that monthly candle level, and that very well acted as major support. So the fact of the matter is, these monthly candle levels and weekly candle levels do matter and do reflect in the short-term price action. They are very major, and we broke that level. We closed above that level. That's a very good sign. So a lot of good things have happened, and the macro is certainly very much intact. And I've even said in previous videos, I don't think Bitcoin looks bad at all until we break down below something like 49k. I think that's when we really start getting into the end of the bull market, bear market territory. But until then, we're well above that price point. We've got a lot of breathing room here. But that doesn't mean I can't look at the bearish signals right now. I do see some things that are potentially threatening. So let's get into them, right? So for example, monthly chart looks very good. And we looked very heavily at this monthly chart level stemming back from October 2021. But what we didn't look at is that when we closed this monthly candle on Bitcoin in a very good position, the highest ever monthly candle close ever, we actually rejected from the total cryptocurrency market cap monthly candle highest ever close. So this close on Bitcoin might have been actually quite deceptive. It might have been a deception, and people might be unintentionally lying or just being ignorant to the truth in regards to how good this close was, including myself up until today. What we actually saw was a very good monthly candle close on Bitcoin, but the total cryptocurrency market cap actually rejecting from its prior monthly candle close all-time high and going downwards right from there. We see a very similar story starting to be painted on Ethereum. Now, Ethereum didn't reach anywhere near its all-time high on even the monthly candle or the actual price all-time high, but it did reach a monthly level that acted as support right here in December 2021, and we closed right on top of that level right now. And there is an indication that we could be rejecting from that level, which is also supported from this April 2022 retest right here. And that the fact that we've been moving downwards from that point onwards is worrying. I think that the markets, in a way, have kind of deceived us a little bit, because we all knew, well, not everyone, right? But I certainly knew, and I was certainly talking about it for a long time, that this monthly candle level on Bitcoin was huge, because it has been huge in the past, right? If we look at the price cycle and we draw a level at the monthly candle all-time high, what we can see is that it acted as very major resistance here, and we finally got above it. We entered a bull market. So everyone was watching that level again, and we got above that level. We broke it to the upside. Everyone thought everything was all good. But then all of a sudden, no one really realized that, wait a second, the total cryptocurrency market cap rejected from its monthly candle all-time high, and Ethereum rejected from a very important monthly candle all-time high as well. And what this has actually led to is a renewed kind of breakdown in the market. And right now what we've seen is Bitcoin breaking down from a 2-month long support line. And right now we are on the downside of that line. We broke down below it. We're coming up for a resistance support flip. And if we don't manage to get back above this line, we will be in danger of correcting downwards to something like 61.2k, which again, let me be very clear, is not the end of the world. It's very, very healthy. Even if we go to 58k, even if we go to 53k, these are healthy targets, but they're not good for us in the short term or the medium term, because our altcoins, obviously, if you have altcoins, your altcoins could be down 30, 40%, by the time we get to something like 53k. So, look, it's a little bit concerning for medium term, and we'll have to assess tomorrow what happens here. If we reject from this level, we'll go further down. Our first target's certainly going to be 61.2k, which is the monthly candle level on Bitcoin. And then we look into something like the weekly chart, and this is what we looked into yesterday. And we can see that the weekly chart's not really in a very promising position either. We have really, this is the main indicator I want you to be looking at here. We have 4 days and 17 hours on Bitcoin until the weekly candle close, okay? If the weekly candle closes below 69k, not only would we be invalidating the breakout above all-time high on the weekly chart that we saw last week, okay, and dropping back below that level, but we would also be triggering a breakdown from a large ascending wedge formation on the weekly chart RSI, which stems back a year. Okay, a year-old ascending wedge formation on the weekly chart RSI would be breaking down. That breakdown could easily take us down 10,000, 15,000 USD on Bitcoin from the 69k level. Okay, easily, right? There's no doubt about that. In fact, it could take us all the way down to this very next level of support on the weekly chart RSI, which you'll find right here. Again, there could be a $10,000 drop just from where we are right now if that was the case. So right now, what I'm actually really focusing on is the weekly chart, because it's all very well looking at monthly chart and looking at these things happening in the monthly chart, but the fact of the matter is the monthly chart gives you quite a diluted view of what Bitcoin's doing. 30 days is a long time. One candle represents 30 days, so it's not really the best metric for analyzing medium-term price action, short-term price action. It's more of a longer-term chart for sure. And look, the 4-hourly chart, that's all well and good as well, but that flips every 3 days, right? Flips from bullish to bearish every 3 days usually. What you really want to look at is a little medium, an alternative. The daily chart, the weekly chart. Right now, the weekly chart's very important, and we can see that just in 4 days from now, we are going to be confirming either a more extensive correction via closing below 69k, and hence breaking down from this ascending channel formation, wedge formation, on the RSI, or we're going to be confirming that, okay, we're actually safe again when we close above 69k. So there's two things that can happen there on the weekly chart that are very important, and that's what we'll be watching. But right now, the point of this video is to kind of tell you that, look, a few things we saw that were very bullish a few days ago might have been a deception of sorts. Nothing really is confirmed yet. We have broken down from this support line here and the 2-month support line, but this is something that was basically expected in yesterday's video. I wasn't expecting this line to hold. See, the thing with these kind of lines is that you have such a high angle of trajectory that it's impossible for them to last forever. So, what we expect. Were we really expecting this line to go on forever? Look at the angle of trajectory on that line. That's just unreasonable thing to expect. These lines always break down. That's exactly what I said yesterday. I wasn't expecting it to hold. I wasn't expecting us to reach all-time highs before the breakdown. But the question is, how bad is the breakdown going to be? Is it going to take us just to 61.2k, in which case we're in a clear position, we're in fine position, we can bounce, form a double bottom? Or are we going to go below that level? That's something we can only really work out once we see things like those weekly candle closes, and once we really analyze the short term a little bit further. But right now, just to be very, very, very clear, on a macro position, Bitcoin is still fine, still going well. There's no danger on the macro. It's just these things like the weekly candle close and a few deceptive signs we saw a few days ago on the monthly chart that do potentially warn of a more extensive medium-term correction going into something like the halving and potentially a little bit after it. So there are a few things right now we need to be watching and reacting to. I'm not, as I said, I'm not sitting here saying that Bitcoin's bearish macro. It's certainly not. I haven't sold a single thing. In fact, I haven't sold a single thing other than, taking profits on certain altcoins since 2022. I've only been exclusively buying for the very major part, for the very most part. I'll tell you this, I haven't sold a single Bitcoin bag on my spot Bitcoin bag since the original buys I had in 2022. I've only added to it. So if you think I'm selling all this kind of stuff, no, you're completely misled. That's just simply not the case. I'm simply analyzing the charts here, seeing this breakdown, seeing a couple of deceptive signs here on the monthly, seeing the weekly chart in a bit of a precarious position, and saying, look, we need to be waiting for this weekly candle close before we make the next kind of move and decision and prediction. But right now, yeah, we are on unstable ground for sure, and we have actually seen the first signs of breakdown in this chart. The question is, does it take us to a healthy level like 61.2k, or does it take us lower? Yeah, that's the question, guys. So Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll keep you updated on this for sure. Just keep watching the videos daily. I'll keep you updated on the situation. I understand that when I have a video like this where I'm not really necessarily making any strict predictions, it can be slightly frustrating, but at the end of the day, I always run my channel by the same logic, which is predictions don't make you money, reactions do. And I'll never make predictions where it's unjustified to do so. I think reactions are the best way you can make money. And right now, what am I saying to you? I'm saying to you that this is not really the time to be buying Bitcoin. It's not really the time to be taking longs. That's what I'm saying directly. And that's my opinion, obviously not financial advice, but that's what I'm doing personally. So guys, again, thank you for watching. Check out BitGet and BingX as mentioned at the start of the video. Referral links are down below. Also go ahead and check out the Crypto Academy's Become a Trader course, teaching you how to trade in an educational format. With the bull market sale for a limited time there. And then go ahead and check out as well the VIP group, right? VIP group trades altcoins 3 to 4 times a week with altcoin trading plans posted there 3 to 4 times a week. We also have a 24/7 group chat where you can discuss the market 24 hours a day with about 130 people in there, a lot of which are very active. So check it out. 78.52% win rate on the signals as well, which is amazing. Thanks guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.